welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. Today I've got a little bit of a different video and it is a unique baby name video. Now I have a lot of names. I really love finding really unusual, beautiful names for children, or they could be for a pet. And I thought it'd be really cool to sit down and talk you guys through a couple of my names that I like. And like I said, these could be for anything if you are looking for a pet name or a baby name. I know I've got quite a few subscribers at the minute that are expecting their first baby or another baby, and I thought it would be really nice for a video for you guys. But I personally love watching these videos on YouTube, and I already have children. I'm not expecting, and yeah, I love looking for new baby names, and I always save them in my phone. I've actually got, I'd say, probably about 60 names saved. So I'm going to sit down and talk you guys through 10, I think, today, 5 boy names and 5 girl names. And yeah, if you like this kind of video, please let me know. I could definitely do more of these if you guys like them. I could possibly do maybe like a theme name, like we could do like botanical names or floral names, or names that mean the ocean, or names that mean the moon. I could totally do that for you guys, so please let me know in the comments. And yeah, we'll get into today's video. So like I said, we already have 3 children, and I will talk you through my 3 children's names in case you guys like any of those names. But the reason I'm kind of looking into names at the minute is we're having a few talks at whether we want to get a family pet, and possibly get a new Wilson family member. Yeah, it's something we're definitely thinking about. If you guys have any recommendations of a good family pet, I would really love you guys to let me know in the comments. Alexis would love a cat, which I do like the idea of, but I just think having a pet that has to stay in the house all the time won't really benefit us in the way I want it to. I think if we probably go more for a dog maybe, at least then we can get out with the dog. It'll encourage the kids to have a bit more responsibility, especially the boys, to feed it, to walk it. And yeah, so we are actually in current talk. I don't want anything too big. Obviously I don't think my house could take a huge dog, but definitely like more of like a medium-sized dog. Something that's really good with kids is the main priority for me, and something that would be an overall good family pet. Please let me know if you guys have any, or any recommendations in the comments. So I grew up with dogs, and Terry grew up with dogs and cats. So we are quite knowledgeable on pets, and how to raise pets and look after pets. But yeah, a lot of people actually suggested to me getting a pet after my mum passed away. Apparently it's really good to help with children and with grief. And sorry if there's a bit of dust in front of my camera, I can just see it floating like in front of my face. If anything's floating, it's just like little speckles of dust. It's so sunny in here today. So yeah, we are probably thinking of maybe getting a pet for that reason, but it's something I definitely don't want to rush into. It's got to be something very child friendly, and something that isn't too much maintenance. So yeah, that is what we are thinking about doing. Whether it happens, I don't know. Dogs are a huge responsibility, and yeah, it's another family member. We definitely won't be having any more babies. I think we are done with the children. So yeah, I've definitely saved a couple of names just in case we ever do have another Wilson family member, whether that be a child or a dog or a cat. So yeah, I've got a few saved just in case. For you guys that don't know, I have 3 children. I have twin boys that are 11, and when I'd say I was choosing the boys' names, I honestly don't think that unique names were that big 11 years ago. And definitely one of the names I chose for the twins was very out there at the time, but I'd say it's definitely more of a common thing now to have really unique names for children, and I love that. I love really different, unique names for babies and young children. I just think it's unique to them, and I really love that. My boys have quite unique first names, then they have really traditional middle names, whether it's taken from a grandfather or something like that. So yeah, the boys' names I chose is 𝓂𝓁 and 𝓂𝓂. And we definitely chose 𝓂𝓁 first. So when we found out we was pregnant with twins, and we found out they were 2 boys, and started to really look into names. I wasn't sure at the time whether I wanted them to match or have the same letter, but I definitely wanted them to complement each other. And I remember one day, so I'll kind of tell you like the background story. I remember one day me and Terry were watching football on the telly, and 𝓂𝓁𝓁𝓏 was playing at the time, and I said, oh, I really like the name 𝓂𝓁. I think it's really different and a strong name for a boy. And Terry hated it, and he hated it right up until I gave birth, to be honest. And we never really had a name for 𝓂𝓁 all the way through, but because 𝓂𝓁 was twin B and he sat right under like my breast area, he always kicked me the most, moved the most, and definitely made me the most aware he was there. So naturally I started to obviously talk to the twins, and I used to always refer to twin B as 𝓂𝓁. Like, 𝓂𝓁, I can feel you. Terry, feel 𝓂𝓁's leg. And it kind of stuck. So we were kind of, right. So definitely the twin B, the second twin to come out, is 𝓂𝓁. And then all the way through I couldn't find another name that I really liked with the letter C. And then I'd say probably maybe like a few days before I went into labour, I read 𝓂𝓁 in a baby book, and I think it's an Irish name, 𝓂𝓁. I'm pretty sure it's an Irish name. And yeah, I never gave it another second thought. So even when I was in labour with the twins, we still didn't really have another name for 𝓂𝓁. And when the twins were born, Terry obviously, he was given 𝓂𝓁 and I was given 𝓂𝓁. And as soon as the lady kind of asked me, oh, what's this twin called? I just said 𝓂𝓁, and that was kind of it. And yeah, I do think they really complement each other, 𝓂𝓁 and 𝓂𝓁, and they sound really flattering together. And they definitely suit each twin. I find it crazy that, like, sometimes if I think, oh, what if I would have called 𝓂𝓁 𝓂𝓁 and 𝓂𝓁 𝓂𝓁? They don't suit them names at all. They definitely suit the names given to them. And yeah, that's the names, the kind of background between the names of the boys. And then for my little girl, so I have a little girl who is 4, coming up to 5, very close. And her name is Alexis. Now, we chose Alexis, well, I'd say I didn't choose it, I'd say definitely Terry chose her name. So we had a couple of names for Alexis. We never had any other backup names for the boys, but for Alexis, Terry kind of let me have the full reign of her name, but in the end it was actually him that chose her name. So for Alexis, first of all, I think we really loved the name Isabella. I loved the like nickname Bella for her, and we really liked that, but kind of felt like it was a little bit common for us. So then we started like toying with other ideas. We loved the name Blossom. I really loved Blossom for a while, and I think I actually changed Alexis's name a couple of times back and forth from Alexis and Blossom. We also loved the name Bunny. A few of my friends called Alexis Bunny while she was in my tummy because she was quite active. And what was the other name? I think the other name was Luna. And I think we had Cove for her as well. And then one day I remember I was at work and I said to Terry, oh, like, I'm really not feeling any of these names. Have you got any name suggestions? And all he messaged back was Alexis. And that was it. No explanation, anything. And at first I read the name and I was like, Alexis, like, isn't that boy name? Anyway, I messaged him back and I said, where did you get that name from? And he says, oh, there's a footballer called Alexis Sanchez. So he said, I really liked it, and it kind of stuck. And we mentioned it to the boys a few times, and as soon as we mentioned the name Alexis, all they called my tummy was Alexis all the time, and it kind of stuck. And I really love that name. I think it's a good name for a girl and a boy. So is Cole. You could definitely call a girl Cole as well. That's definitely a unisex name. And yeah, it suits her so much. I love that it's really different. And she gets lots of nicknames from that. She gets Lexi, she gets Lulu, she gets Alex, she gets so many names from it. And then we decided to give her a really pretty unique middle name, and her middle name is Larosa, and I really love that name. So it's not a double barrel name, she's just called Alexis Larosa Wilson. And for the boys, their middle names, Kian's is Kian George and Cole's is Cole James. And we always thought Cole would be like nicknamed CJ, but he never got that. So yeah, that is the background between my children's name. Funnily enough, 2 of them are named after footballers. That's what happens when you have a husband that is as obsessed as football as mine. But yeah, I really love my children's names. And yeah, we will get into the names now. I think we will start with boy names first. So I have been on Google and tried to see if any of these names have any meaning behind them. If they do, I will definitely let you guys know. So the first boy name is Presley. I absolutely love the name Presley for a boy. I also love it for a girl. It is definitely a unisex name. I think it is such a lovely name. Obviously it comes from Elvis Presley, but I definitely think Elvis is used a lot more than Presley. It's not a very common name, and I think it is such a beautiful name. I love names that start with the letter P. And yeah, I think it's a beautiful name for a boy or a girl, and it is such a good name. So the next boy name that I absolutely love, and I'd say this name's only become popular probably in the last year, and that is the name Navy. I love the name Navy. Again, it is a very good unisex name. You could definitely call a little girl Navy, or you could call a little boy Navy, and I think it's such a lovely name. I also really do like 4-letter names as well. I think they're really easy for the children to learn to write and pronounce, and I think Navy is such a lovely boy's name. So the next name I love for a boy is the name Sage. Again, you could definitely use this for a little girl as well. It is definitely a unisex name, and obviously sage is named after the herb sage, but I really love that. Again, I absolutely love 4-letter names, and I think Sage is such a beautiful name for a little boy. It's very different. I definitely don't know any children called Sage around here, and I think it's a really unique, different name. So the next name I have for a boy is the name Oakley. I love nature inspired names. I think they are so beautiful. I definitely have a lot more on my phone nature inspired, but I love the name Oakley for a little boy. I think it's so lovely. Again, you could probably use that for a little girl as well. I'll see if it has any meaning. Oakley, meadow of oak trees is what Oakley stands for, and yeah, it's such a lovely name for a little boy or girl, the name Oakley. I think it sounds really nice. It would definitely be a good adult name as well. The more I'm talking about it and the more I think about it, I think Oakley would be a beautiful girl's name as well. I think a little girl, Alexis, could definitely carry Oakley. I think she'd be a really good Oakley. Yeah, I absolutely love that name. So the last boy's name I have is definitely more out there and won't be to everybody's taste, but I actually thought up this name when I was pregnant with Alexis. If she would have been a twin and would have had one girl and one boy, I would definitely have called the boy this name, and that is the name Arrow. I love Arrow for a boy. I think it's so different. I actually seen it, I think it was like on, I was looking through Netflix, and there was a Netflix program, and it had the name Arrow on it. And I always remember thinking, oh, Alexis and Arrow, I would have really liked them as twin names. And yeah, I think it's such a different, unique name. If you're definitely more out there with your names and you like something to be really different and stand out, I think Arrow is a great name for a boy. I think it's a very strong, dominant name, and I think Arrow would be a really good name for an adult as well, not just a child. Yeah, I absolutely love the name Arrow. So that is the boy names. I think we'll go on to girl names now. So the first girl name that I have, I love girl names, is the name Posy. I absolutely love Posy for a girl, and the meaning behind Posy is actually small flower, which I think is a lovely meaning, small flower, especially if she's very like delicate and petite, and a real girly girl. I think Posy is a beautiful name for a girl, and like I said, I love floral names. There's so many beautiful floral names out there, and I just think they're really pretty. It actually quite reminds me of a really old-fashioned name, Posy, as well. I feel like that would have been like really big in like the 1950s, 60s, but yeah, I really love the name Posy. And again, it's 4 letters. I love 4-letter names, and yeah, I love the name Posy. So the next girl's name I have is definitely more out there and not to everyone's taste, but that is the name Monroe. I love the name Monroe. Obviously it comes from Marilyn Monroe, but a different twist on it, rather than just using the Marilyn. I love Monroe for a girl. I think it's so beautiful and different. It's quite edgy, especially if you've got more of like a girl that's into sports and like a little bit more sporty. I think Monroe would be a really good name for that. And yeah, it's a beautiful name. I love that it starts with the letter M. I think it'd probably be quite hard for them to spell at school, but yeah, it's a gorgeous name, Monroe, and it's quite like old Hollywood as well, I think. So the next name I have is a beautiful name. I absolutely love this one, and I'm not sure really whether I should be giving this one away, whether I should keep it to myself, but that is the name Dove. I love Dove for a little girl, and the meaning behind Dove is a bird of peace. And I think that is a really lovely meaning behind the name. I love the name Dove. I love that it represents a white, beautiful bird, and that it symbolises peace and love. And yeah, I think Dove is such a lovely name. Again, it's 4 letters. I love the 4-letter names. Yeah, I think Dove is a beautiful name for a little girl. Okay. So the next name that I love for a little girl is the name Flora. I love Flora. Again, I love floral names, and the meaning behind Flora is a name of a goddess of flowers and season of springs in Roman mythology. Goddess of flowers, I mean, can you have a prettier meaning to a name? Absolutely beautiful Flora, especially I think if you were having a baby, probably like now and springtime, Flora would be a beautiful name. I like that it starts with an F. I think it would be written really beautiful, and yeah, I love floral names like I've said, and I think Flora is a beautiful name for a little girl. Okay, so the last little girl name I have is the name Larosa. Obviously this is my daughter's middle name. I absolutely love it. I still love it, especially if you wanted to call it your child. It doesn't have to be a middle name. I think Larosa is such a beautiful name. We nickname Alexis Larosa. She gets it quite a lot, Larosa, and Larosa is a common surname in the Italian language meaning the rose. And yeah, it's beautiful. She gets Rose as well, Alexis. She gets a lot of nicknames, but yeah, you can definitely say it as in La Rosa like we do, or you can pronounce it as La Rosa. and it's such a beautiful name. I absolutely love it. I think it sounds beautiful, it looks beautiful, and yeah, and another name that isn't as florally but still represents a flower, and has definitely a floral symbol in there. But I just love that it's made a little bit different. So if you wanted to make, if you really loved the name Rose, or say you had a mother or a grandparent named Rose and you really wanted to incorporate that name, just by adding the LA makes it sound so much more different and unique. And yeah, I love the name Larosa. I hope you guys liked this. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments if you would like me to do more videos like this. If you would, I mean, I definitely have a backup of names. I have so many. If you definitely want me to do more, please let me know, and I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.